Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the start line by one of the stars from season 21 of NBC's The Voice. The Douglasville, Georgia native made Cher's turn. Now continues her fight to the finals. We welcome Shadale.
Hi, guys.
Shadale, let's go beyond the mic. What day did you audition?
Day 3, but something happened, so it was technically like a fourth day, the last day.
When you know that you only have 2 coaches to convince to turn, how nerve-wracking is it?
I didn't know how many coaches were left. I just knew that there weren't many spots available, so I was already freaking out and nervous. I just wanted a chance. As
so elusive and hard as luck can be, why was this chance so important for you?
I've always felt like there was a door that I just could never get through, no matter how I've auditioned for The Voice plenty of times, and I've always been this close, like an inch close to getting there. My foot is out the door, but I could never get in. So it was extremely important that I made it this far. I was flown out to LA. I've been practicing. I've been rehearsing. I'm ready. And now, the door is a little, cracked. It wasn't fully open. So I put my foot in that door. I was like, no, don't close on me now. I need it to be open. And I was so mad. I was so nervous, but it was extremely important for me because I wanted to break that barrier and that mindset of thinking that I'm never going to get through this door. It's always going to be shut in my face. But God had other plans.
It's 3:00.
It wasn't, sorry. It didn't end up like that.
I mean, you put your foot in the door just as they're trying to shut it.
I did.
You picked John Legend over Kelly. Why does John give you the best chance to win The Voice?
John pushes, and he gives. I know that he challenges you. Like I said, I love a challenge. So he's definitely going to push me to my limits and really fit my genre into what he knows people want to hear from me. And I feel like he's going to move me to that. And that's why I chose him. I feel like it was going to be a challenge for me. He's going to give me songs that I'm not comfortable with singing and push me to my limits. And, that encouraged me to choose him.
Before the pandemic, you were out on the road, singing the word in Germany and all over the place. How did you handle being stuck at home, no gigs, little outlet for your music, and daughter going, mommy, mommy, mommy,
I know. All bugging my ear, but I loved it. It actually gave me a chance to sit down. I like to run and I can't stay still. So it forced me to spend that time, that quality time, that real quality time with my daughter, learning about her, teaching her things and spending that time with my family. So it wasn't necessarily all bad. So I got some good out of it. But yeah, I got to sit down.
You said it was hard for you to make it. Yeah. How did the pandemic refocus you?
Usually, like I said, I'm always ripping and running, trying to find different things to do. This actually forced me to sit down and, grow a relationship with my music as well and think outside of the box, different ways of writing and honing in on my craft. So it built me up for moments like this to be quick on my feet, to be creative, figure out, especially, being quarantined. They definitely have us quarantined. So coming here and being quarantined, it allowed me, I was used to it. So it wasn't new. So yeah, I think those moments did build me for this moment right here.
You have a wonderful kiddo who knows she has a proud Panther mama.
Yeah.
What?
I love you. What the heck? I am a proud Panther mama. Yes.
You didn't think I'd find that out?
No, you know what? You are really throwing curveballs at me. And yes, you're right. This is definitely different.
Come on. She has to handle you being away. How important is your daughter in your life?
I am so proud. I'm happy. First of all, thank you. Shout out to her school for even making me a proud Panther mama. And I'm always learning new things from my daughter. She's growing. She's teaching me new things. She's coming home, knowing new stuff. So those moments that I get to be here for you can't replace that. And I'm overwhelmed by it. She's learning to read now. And it's so it makes me so emotional, but she's learning to read now. And she just read to me yesterday her words And I was like, okay, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to embrace this moment. But moments like this is what I want to be here for, because I feel like I've missed so many different milestones with her because I was gone. But this right here is super important for me. And I'm super happy and super proud of my daughter and so honored to just be her mom.
Music has to be in your heart and in your soul for you to be able to share it so passionately. Who put music in your soul?
I would say my family. On my mom's side, they are very musical. I have singers, musicians, from piano to guitar, electric, bass, and going to church and seeing them perform and sing. That is what piqued my interest. So I was always around it, and I've always wanted to do it. So I would say that was the first opened door to the interest of music for me.
How have your parents helped you during this last year?
They're just always there. They're always pushing me. My dad is a super, super supporter. My mom's a super supporter. They just give me encouraging words. My mom helps me out with my daughter. My dad's on the road, but he also helps me. He's always sending me scriptures. He's always sending me encouraging words, telling me not to give up. My mom is helping me out with my child. She's also giving me encouraging words. Anytime I need to go practice or rehearse, she watches her, and they help out in many ways. When I fall short on something, they're always there to pick me up. So they're definitely behind me for sure.
So what's your dad on the road for?
He's a truck driver. He drives for Prime Incorporated, I think. Yes, Prime. He does. Truck driver for Prime.
It's time for the Rocky Nate. 8 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There is no pressure.
Oh my God, there's pressure. You're forcing me to think quick. No.
What was your first guitar, and do you still have it?
Fendi. I do have it. Yes, I do have it. It's white and blue. No. Yes, it's white and blue.
Who's your best friend, and how have they supported you?
I have 2 best friends, Melinda and Kiera, and they've supported me by talking to me, boosting my confidence, and always putting up with my attitudes.
Now, you've turned social media on and off through the years. Came back for Tevin Campbell. What makes social media good and bad?
You are phenomenal. Social media is a distraction. I've had growing stages and stuff. It's toxic. It can be toxic. So I'll go away and just do myself. That didn't sound right. I'll do my life and come back hacked, and I can't get back in. So I have to create more. Or my daughter takes over my social media accounts, and I still have to create more.
What have you done in your life completely out of spite?
That's a good one. I can be very toxic.
So what was the last toxic thing you did?
I blew up not this guy. He wasn't a random guy. I know him. I blew up a friend of mine's phone so no one could get through. I was so mad because he hates when I do that. This is actually the first time, but I was like, I'm not getting through. Nobody's getting through. I'm not like that no more. But that was yeah.
If you were in the circus, what type of performer would you be?
Probably the clown.
Everyone wants to know, what's the one way to your heart?
Make me laugh.
What's your favorite dessert?
I'm going to say key lime pie.
Where's the one place where you get most of your writing done?
On my bed in my room, under my covers.
Under?
No, like under my covers, comfortable with my computer in front of me, my headphones on, my microphone, and I just sing into the mic and I write it down afterwards.
It's time for the back half with Shadale from season 21 of NBC's The Voice. How has John Legend tested your range during this competition?
Honestly, actually, you mean like the notes, like hitting them, the higher notes, or just like range in general?
Who you are?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the notes. I was like, oh, I don't think I've gone there yet. There was a moment where he, like, I don't know, I know you guys haven't really seen much of it, but when we were singing the Ariana Grande song, there was a harmony that he didn't like that I did, and he told me to change it, and I had to think again quick and outside of the box. So he pushed me to, find an alternative, and I had to find an alternative route. He ended up liking what I did end up choosing. And I felt like that kind of pushed me a little bit to be quick because I did it on the spot and I wasn't prepared for that. And I felt like that was definitely pushing my range.
What one tip did he give you to be a better artist for the future?
Find that, be more sentimental, I guess, in a lack of better words. Be more sentimental, feel your song, connect to your lyrics and, emote that. And I think that's extremely important. Be more vulnerable. That's exactly. So be more vulnerable, connect to it, and give it that energy.
Now you're fun-loving and laughing. How hard is it to focus on a serious moment?
It is very difficult. I'm not extremely emotional. So I have to really X everyone out, everything out, and clear my space, clear my mind. I'll play an instrumental on the television, and I'll just meditate and get myself ready for that day and isolate myself. And that's how I get ready.
You have a grateful necklace on you right now. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for all of my family, everyone who puts up with me. I'm so grateful for my sisters, my mom, my dad, and I'm grateful that God has placed me in the family that I am in.
Which artist from previous seasons of The Voice inspired you?
Jordan Smith. I'm sorry. I love Jordan Smith. He is phenomenal. I am a real legit fan of his. I will rewind his performances and listen to them. Christmas, everything he has. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Smith.
Shadale, we all have adversity in our lives. When have you been tested the most in your life?
When I had my daughter, that was the lowest I've ever been. Afterwards, not being with the father and stuff, I feel like that moment in my life was horrible. That was the most tested I've been. And that's why I am who I am today, because of that moment. So I grew from it. But yeah, I would say that moment.
How has being a single mother help and test you?
It's helped me because, again, I do like challenges because I know that challenges force you to find a way out of them. And it allowed me to pay attention to the outlet and how to get there. It challenged me because I was by myself and I wasn't with, her father, and I had to do things and figure it out. And I'm used to having things given to me. I'm a little spoiled. So that's what challenged me, but it helped me because it also forced me not to be selfish. And, I was able to give attention to someone else other than myself.
On social media, you once said, quote, ask yourself, are you really done with what once was? And be honest. There's always a battle of past and future, but stay focused. Even when yesterday's light seems bright, we have to bear in mind how radiant our future could be if we keep the shadows of memory lane out of sight, unquote. How have you changed from singing in front of people at balls and sorority parties to now millions of people watching you sing?
It's different. It's the same thing, but it's on a different platform. I'm definitely still in a humble place. I don't take it for granted. It's definitely something that I'm extremely grateful for. I don't know if I'm answering the question. I don't feel like we're going around it, but I don't want to say that I haven't changed as far as on stage. Mentally, I feel like it's more stressful because there's more pressure. You're performing in front of millions of people instead of just 100 of drunk people that accept anything. So it's definitely more stressful, but again, like I said, it's growing me to take it more serious. Well, I've always taken it serious, but more serious and really be more strategic with, how I approach my performances.
How do you handle that stress?
I X everything out. I'll go outside, I'll drive, take my daughter to a park and just stare. It sounds weird, but I like quiet times.
You also said, quote, I feel suffocated, locked in places, whether it be in my house or in my mind, unquote. Where do you find freedom and how has music opened up your mind, heart, and soul?
I find my freedom in meditation, in my word, praying. Music, it allows me to open up that creativity deep within myself, and I can write better in that space of mine.
Fear of failure, being sent home, having to face the unknown of not knowing your future.
I stop worrying about it. I just do it. I accept that I might win, I might not win. People are going to like me. People are going to not like me. I accept it, and I just put myself in a space of mind, knowing that I'm going to get on this stage, and regardless of whether I make it to the next round or not, I'm still going to kill it. I'm still going to have backing. I'm still going to have support. I'm still going to keep going. So regardless of what happens, I'm still going to give everything God has given me to give to you guys. And that's how I face my fear. There is no fear of whether I win or lose or make it. I'm just grateful to be here, and I'm going to, do my best into making sure that you guys get what you came to see.
Talk about the voice family you're closest with. I know about the special moments that happen because they happen every year. Even when parents of contestants are in the hallway rapping.
I'm weak. You know everything. I'm weak. I love it. Yes. I'm friends with everyone. My crew, Jeremy, shout out to Jer Bear, Holly Dolly, Rocky Road. Shout out to Katie Bay, Bella, Brittany, Jonathan. Like, I'm literally friends with all of them. Girl named Tom, Caleb, Josh, and Becca. I'm friends with all of them. Petey, like, I love them all. They're all my crew, all my babies.
Speaking of rapping, your cousin Shawnna is a famous rapper signed to Def Jam South. There has to be expectations, pressure has to be on you to be as successful as she is, if not more.
Exactly. Well, like I said earlier, you have to take that out of your mind. You have to literally exclude yourself from everybody and put yourself in your own space. I am going to be successful because I know why I'm here. Find your purpose. And I always preach this. You find your purpose. Purpose is permanent. Motives move. If your motive is fame, success, fortune, those are going to move as you get older. Those moves. But your purpose, changing mindsets, changing mentalities, knowing who you are, teaching who you are. When you know that, it does not matter about fame or success. That's going to come. You just stay focused on you, and those things will fall in place.
It's time for one big question with Shadale beyond the mic. Shadale, you've said, quote, I am a gifted solo artist who glorifies God through music and lyrics. I believe that music is the most influential substance given to life and that it speaks to people in ways that words can't, unquote. Have you been tested from singing at church, working at Topgolf, doing whatever it takes for your family, just so you can achieve your dreams?
I've been tested in many ways, trying to figure out, not caving into the feeling of what's going to happen to my daughter, almost at a point where I feel like I was going to give up and stop because there was too much adversity. Through all of that testing and stuff, even with my depression, I had stopped music for like a good year. Nothing. I wouldn't ride music in the car. I wouldn't sing. I wouldn't write. I wouldn't do anything. So those things played a huge part in stopping me, trying to find financial security with limiting skills. All of that came into play, but I just sat there. I stood still. I have a journal I write in, and I said, look, you're either going to sink and drown in this moment, or you're going to get up and allow God to work through you so that you can speak to his people. And I made the decision to keep going, because I cannot be selfish and hold back someone else's blessing because I'm afraid of what's going to happen. I know God's going to provide that path for me. And I just decided to keep going. And even though I was faced with adversity and trials, I decided to be strong enough to pick myself off this floor and say, no, we're not going to take the easy route. You like challenges, then get yourself up and keep going, because there's millions of females, millions of people that need your story, and you cannot hold that from them. Pay attention to how you get out of this hole so that you can teach other people how to get out of theirs.
Shadale, how have you overcome your own depression on a daily basis?
Pray, write, cry, allow myself to cry. I'm not a huge crier, but unless it's just too much, I've allowed myself to cry, allowed myself to write, and allowed myself to grieve that moment.
She's spoiled, still has her first guitar, and would be a clown in the circus and loves that key lime pie. If you are depressed, she wants you to find the help you need. We thank, from NBC's The Voice, Shadale, for taking the time to talk with us today.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
And that, my friends, is Beyond the Mic.